TinkerCAD tips. Today's little tutorial actually comes from a reader over on Reddit that was asking about a simple way to make these bent tubes, square bent tube shapes. Now, of course, there is a shape generator, and you can go over here and search for it, and it looks like this. Now, the problem with the bent pipe in this case is that there's no radius for these edges. There's no parameter over here to take care of that. You can change the pipe shape, the hole shape on the inside of it, the width, all of these parameters, but there's no way to do a clean radius on this. So we kind of discarded that idea. Now, what I came up with here is by making shapes like this. Now I want to show you something here. If we start with a shape like this, one that's been flattened off, and this one's fairly easy to make, we can come out here, we can take a square. Let's go ahead and change that to yellow, just visually better. Let's put a 3mm radius on that. Okay. And if we take and we cut this off, say we bring out a box here. Let's drag that to cover. Let's bring it down. Let's make a duplicate of that whole shape. Let's drag it up a little bit. Make it a little taller. We'll select all of those, group those together. We're left with this. D to drop it to the work plane. While I have that selected, I can duplicate it, make it a hole. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift and click on a corner, and let's make it 16mm. So that gives me a 2mm width all the way around. Let's make it a little taller and pull it down. And if we group those, we end up with that shape. Now, we could use this shape and some wave duplication to make something like this, but let me show you what happens if we use something that's cut off flat like this. So let's go ahead and duplicate that. Now I have my snap grid set to a 0.5mm here. I'm going to hold down Control. I'm going to cursor up twice. I'm going to hit Control D a few times. Get us some height here. All right, now I'm going to click in over here and let's put in 3 degrees. Well, let's make that -3 so we curve to the left. And if I continue hitting Control D, you see we start making our angle. But if you notice here, and if you zoom in, you get these weird ridges, and that will end up in your final product. So there's a much better way to do this. So let's go ahead and select all of that and delete it. We're going to make a shape that looks something like this. So again, we're going to bring out our square here. Let's turn it to yellow. Let's make a 3mm radius. Let's increase the number of steps, make it a little bit smoother. There we go. Now on the height here, I want to reduce this a bit. So with the 3mm radius, that would be 3 below, 3 above, and I want to have 1mm of straight length in between. So I'm going to make the height 7. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to make that a hole. Again, I'm going to hold Alt and Shift, click on a corner, and let's make that 16. I'm going to bring this up, make it a little taller. I'm going to bring that down. There we go. I'm going to group the two of those together. So now we have that shape. Let's set this one off to the side. Now, to make this a little easier on ourselves, so we're not trying to support all of the elements of this, I'm going to go ahead and export this as an STL. Save file. I'm going to call it bent square tube. Replace that one. Okay, I'm going to slide this off to the side. I'm going to re-import that. Click Import. There's our imported shape. Let's make that yellow again. There we go. Now this will be a little bit easier to work with. There won't be as many curves to support. So let's click on that. We'll hit duplicate. We can click this button here or Control D. Now right now I have my snap grid set to 5 millimeters. We're going to make the straight part of this, so I'm going to go up 1 millimeter. So holding down the Control key, I'm going to cursor up twice. And now I'm going to begin hitting Control D. We'll get a little bit of height on this. All right, now we're going to start with our curve. Now, if you notice on these two shapes back here, one's a little bit tighter than the other. This one here I did by using a 1 millimeter rise and a 3-degree turn. This one I did with a 0.5 millimeter rise and a 3-degree turn. So right now we're doing a 1 millimeter rise. So I'm going to make that a 0.5 millimeter. So I'm going to again hold my Control key, but I'm going to cursor down. And bear in mind, the whole time I've had this shape selected. You never want to select away. I'm going to click on the rotate here. I'm going to put in -3 degrees, so we got a little bit of rotation. And to make a 45-degree rotation, I need 15 of these. I'm actually going to do 16. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now on this last one, I'm going to go back 3 degrees. There we go. And I'm going to continue hitting Control D to get the rest of the straight portion. There we go. Now let's come out here. Let's grab all of those. Group those together. You got to give this a moment to resolve. Once it's resolved, it'll look like this. And notice, you can see a little bit of texture in there, but when you print this, I don't think you'll notice that. But having these rounded edges on these parts will make this sort of wave duplication much smoother. Now to square off the bottom and the top there, let's bring out a whole square. Let's bring that in, stretch it out. Bring that down a bit. That'll cut off the bottom portion of it there. Let's make a duplicate of that. Let's make it a little bit taller. Let's tilt that to 45 degrees. There we go. Holding down Control, I'm going to raise it up here. And move it over, and I'll just keep raising it up and moving it over till it's where I want it. We'll go down a little bit. There we go. We can group all 3 of those together. And when it's all resolved, it'll look like that. So, any questions or comments? I thought this was a rather slick way of making a bent square tube without having a whole lot of, corners that appear on this outside edge. As always, like, follow, and share. If you have questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments here or DM me directly. If you have any other suggestions for more TinkerCAD tips, let me know. Until the next one, happy tinkering.